All right, guys, welcome back to the show. With me, I have Justin Yoder and Patrick Thompson from LGBT Outdoors, and we are talking about their brand new LGBT Outdoor Fest, which is coming up in September. Guys, tell me all about LGBT Outdoors, how this came to be. I know you guys work together in the event industry, so to speak, but how did LGBT Outdoors come to be? And then can you tell me a little bit about LGBT Outdoor Fest and all the fun that's coming up with that?
Yeah, that's a lot to unpack. But basically, the way that LGBT Outdoors happened was because of my passion for the outdoors. Always loved camping and fishing and getting outdoors, just anything. After coming out and being out for a while, I realized like there wasn't a big space for LGBTQ plus people to be included in the outdoors. And I knew that I wasn't the only one, but I wanted to be able to showcase basically LGBTQ plus people in the outdoors to encourage others to be authentic to themselves and get outdoors as well for those that love it. And so I started an Instagram account just called LGBT Outdoors and just started featuring other members of the community in the post. And that took off really fast. We haven't even had it 2 years yet, and we are about to approach 10,000 followers on there, which we're really excited about.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and what really, after having a few months of running this Instagram account, we started getting messages like, I thought I was the only one, I found my tribe. We started having people, fly fishermen in New York got connected to a fly fisherman in California, and they were like, I thought I was the only one that was gay and liked fly fishing, and they got connected. And so we started realizing, hey, this is bigger than what we were thinking. And that's what led us to starting the website and building this into an actual organization. So that's how it started, and that's kind of what we are doing right now. One of our big things, go onto our website, you'll learn a lot more about the different programs and things we have going on. But our big focus right now is our ambassador program, along with LGBT Outdoor Fest, which we'll talk about in just a second. But the ambassador programs are basically extensions of what we do around the US, and we'll probably end up international at some point. Right now, we have about getting close to 10 ambassadors, and they lead events that we help them set up and organize in their community. Anything from kayaking to hiking to fishing, just anything that they want to do to help get their community active and outdoors. So that's an awesome part of what we're doing. LGBT Outdoor Fest is a whole other beast.
And let's hear about it. Yeah. I do. Well, real quick before you get started. So just so you know, if you want to find out about the ambassador program, you can actually go and fill out an application too on your website, which is lgbtoutdoors.com. So they can go on there. And then on that same website, lgbtoutdoors.com, you'll find information on the Outdoor Fest, LGBT Outdoor Fest. So let's talk about that and how that came to be.
So we've been like chomping at the bit to put together an incredible LGBT Outdoors weekend. Working on it for about a year now, and started to put it into motion, and then COVID hit, and that kind of derailed everything. But we started working on it again a couple months ago with the expectation that things are going to be good to go by fall, and so far things are looking great. And so we have September 24th through the 26th of 2021. We are getting together at Rainbow Ranch in Groesbeck, Texas, which is Texas' famous gay-owned campground, for a weekend of fun and community and workshops and education and learning. And we'll be talking or doing actually fishing and kayaking and hiking and bird watching and nature photography and archery and kayaking and like probably a couple others that there's a lot going on. We've already got people registered from like coast to coast, literally. And we're really, really, really excited about it.
And I was going to say it's September 24th through the 26th. Mm-hmm. Of course, we have to be mindful of the fact that right now, obviously, there's COVID measures and those kind of things, but hopefully by that time, everybody will be vaccinated. And by that time, and of course, it's going to be all outdoors, hence the name OUTDOORFEST. So that'll be good too. So you guys have been taking your precautions. And the cool thing I like about it is it's one inclusive price, correct?
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
So one price gets you not only camping, but gets you all the different events. You guys have kayaking and fly fishing, hiking, and tons of other things, bird watching. I mean, there's tons of stuff to do. It's like a jam-packed weekend, but it looks like there's enough time to still relax, too. So I love the fact that you guys have gotten a little bit of everything in there. And I too will just speak to that too. I mean, growing up, I grew up in the South, and I grew up in what I would say is the city, but kind of a rural lifestyle, So I was always around dirt and grime, and I was a Boy Scout. And so, yeah, too, as I got older, I always felt like there was something that, for the gays that didn't want just fashion and drag queens, what else was there? So I really appreciate what you guys have created here. I think the ambassador program is amazing, but what's going to be cool about this Outdoor Fest is now all your chapters from all around and all your fans that go, all your almost 10,000 followers are going to now have an event they can go to every year. That's going to be incredible. I guess the goal is it's going to be an annual.
That's the hope. Yeah.
The big goal is do it annual and possibly at 2 or 3 locations throughout the U.S. each year once we get rolling. So we got some big plans for it, but
and what's cool is
Texas doesn't have the landscape for say like ocean sports or mountain sports. So as things grow, we're hoping to be able to kind of cover all of America.
Right. Maybe once a quarter or something like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, hey, I just want to shout out, if anybody's listening to this and you're a sponsor looking for an amazing LGBTQAI plus event, this is a great event to be a part of. Subaru, if you're out there listening, this would be great. I think this is going to be incredible. I'm really excited about it. And this is going to be in, what's the town in Texas that Rainbow Ranch is located?
It's in Groesbeck, Texas. It's about an hour and a half, 2 hours or so southeast of Dallas.
Okay.
So kind of ballpark, in between Dallas and Austin.
So people can they could road trip it there, or hopefully flights if they're from out of town are pretty cheap into Dallas, so they can get there pretty easily. It sounds like too.
Yeah, they definitely want to fly into Dallas if they end up flying and then drive down. It's pretty close to Waco.
Okay, I've never been to Rainbow Ranch, so that's where Outdoor Fest will be held, and obviously they're very gay friendly and gay owned. I'm assuming. So that's going to be really amazing. So, and you guys have early bird pricing going on right now until, is it April 7th?
Till April 7th. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So there's a day before April 7th. You need to log on to lgbtoutdoors.com. You can go on there and find out all the information for LGBT Outdoor Fest 2021. It's September 24th through the 26th in Texas. In Groesbeck, Texas, at Rainbow Ranch.
Like that, by the way,
you have to. And I'm really excited to see what you guys are doing. I do want to tell everybody, if you want to get involved, the best thing to do is go to lgbtoutdoors.com. Check it out there. Go ahead, and if you don't already follow them online, follow them. Help them get 10,000. I almost said 100,000. 10,000 followers. Hey, 10,000 is a huge feat in and of itself too. So. Kudos for pulling that off. So, hey, before we go to, I want to play a little game with you guys, if you don't mind. Do you have a little bit of time?
Sure.
All right. This game is going to be called Would You Rather Pitch a Tent Over This or That? Okay. So the premise of the game is really easy. I'm just going to ask you each if you would either pitch a tent over this or over that. Okay. And I want you each to individually respond. Okay. So this is going to be our first one. Let's see how it goes. All right, we either have, this is ski sports or water sports? All right, Justin, which would you
Water
rather
sports.
pinch a tent over? Ski sports or water sports? Water sports for Justin. Oh, okay. We got a tie on that one. Throw that one over there. All right. Would you rather pitch a tent for Morgan Freeman or Piers Morgan?
Morgan Freeman.
Oh,
Is that two?
Morgan.
Yeah, fuck Piers Morgan. All right. Next. Would you pitch a tent over learning to tie knots or going to Vegas to play slots?
Oh, Vegas.
Oh, okay. So some outdoor guys still want to go to Vegas.
It's
All right.
balance.
I mean, tying knots. I know some people get excited
Hey,
about that, but
It's exciting. All right,
this
up
is
next.
an easy one.
Otters.
Would you
Otters.
pitch a
Otters.
tent
Otters.
It's
even
otters.
over Cubs? Otters
Yeah.
over Cubs?
Otters
Okay.
are a big thing in our family.
Oh,
Everyone's
hello.
talking about the fuzzy animals.
Yeah. That'll be a different. Okay, now this one's for you guys being in Texas. We got Whataburger, the world famous Whataburger of Texas, or In-N-Out.
Oh,
Whataburger.
Whataburger. You know, crazily enough, I actually prefer In-N-Out, but anyway, that's just me.
Ah,
I know.
move
All
to
right.
California and that's what happens.
All right. How about, yeah, exactly. How about drag racing or drag queens?
Drag
Drag
queen.
queens.
Drag queens, you'd rather pitch a tent over? Okay, that sounds good. All right. All right. Well, would you rather pitch a tent over the ShamWow guy or Billy Mays with OxyClean if he was still alive? Who would you pitch a tent over? Billy Mays, OxyClean, or ShamWow guy?
The ShamWow
Probably
guy.
ShamWow guy.
I mean, how can you not with that jawline? Pretty incredible. All right. Would you pitch a tent over? This is a Ford 350 Super Duty or a smart electric car. Which would you rather pitch a tent over?
The
It's
Ford.
definitely a Ford, but it'd be better if it was not a Ford. Unless Ford wants to sponsor LGBT Outdoors Fest. then
Yeah,
Ford all
exactly.
day.
Don't say anything until yeah. All right. And then your final one.
Subaru.
Would you pitch a tent over Queen Elizabeth
Oh my god.
or the Queen of America, Oprah?
Oprah.
Ah, all right. Well, you guys got 10 out of 10. That's perfect. Thank you guys so much for playing that stupid game with me. The points don't matter, so you both win. I just want to say thank you guys both for joining us today. I'm excited for what you guys have created and what you're creating with LGBT Outdoors, Outdoor Fest. And for more information on LGBT Outdoors, the LGBT Outdoor Fest scheduled for the weekend of September 24th through the 26th, just go to lgbtoutdoors.com. And if you act now, like we told you earlier, you can get the early bird pricing. Okay. So that's before April 7th. Make sure you log on to lgbtoutdoors.com. If you're interested in joining the LGBT Outdoors chapter near you or would like to chat or start a chapter in your own location, you can fill out an application online at lgbtoutdoors.com. All right, guys. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me on the show today. I hope you'll have an amazing week ahead and good luck at Outdoor Fest.
Thank you.
Thanks
Thank
for
you
having
so
us.
much for having us.
No problem. We'll see y'all next time.
See ya. Bye.
Bye-bye. All right. Thank you so much to Justin Yoder and Patrick Thompson of LGBT Outdoors with LGBT Outdoor Fest. That was a pre-recorded interview, but I just want to tell you their early bird pricing is still going on right now. Just head over real quickly today to do it today. lgbtoutdoors.com. You can get tickets to the LGBT Outdoor Fest, which is happening in September. So make sure you log on to lgbtoutdoors.com to find out information for that. Thank you to my first guest ever on the Out of the Closet podcast, Justin Yoder and Patrick Thompson, for joining me on that. Hey, thank you again for joining me for this ultra short episode of Out of the Closet podcast. I want to thank you for listening. Thank you so much for tuning in. If this is your first time, please join us for our next week's podcast. It'll be a regular Out of the Closet podcast, but I appreciate you listening this week as well. And I want to say thank you to all of our amazing sponsors that you hear between the breaks. All of our amazing sponsors are either gay owned or LGBTQAI plus friendly. So if you have a chance, please go support our sponsors. Go to the outoftheclosetpodcast.com page, and you can actually see listener discounts offered by our sponsors as well. All right. And then also, if you want to see anything regarding the show, including videos of this, the vodcast of this podcast. You can see videos of this. You can see all of our show recaps. You can see links to stories we covered in the show. Just go to outoftheclosetpodcast.com. If you have any show questions, ideas, if you need information on advertising, you can email me directly at andrew@outoftheclosetpodcast.com, or you can head over to our social media channels and direct message me there too. And yes, you can send nudes. I don't mind. Anyway, next week, I am so excited because we are going to be having our regular return of our episode of the Out of the Closet podcast. So you'll want to tune in and watch for that. We're going to have some incredible stuff. We're going to talk about Judy Garland. Ooh, and our gay history lesson next week. So you want to tune into that. Thank you for listening and spreading the word. If you love this podcast, just remember to be safe, be proud, and be the most true version of yourself. Can I get an amen? All right, we'll see y'all next week. Woo!